Omnity Network is the first protocol to offer Bitcoin runes cross-chain transfers that are 100% on-chain with low fees and fast finality. Omnity has now crossed the Bitcoin assets to Ethereum, Solana, BitLayer, Osmosis, ICP, BEVM, B Squared, XLayer, Merlin Chain, BOB, Rootstock, Bitfinity, and AI Layer. Omnity relies entirely on ICP's chain fusion technology that is fully on-chain, avoiding any off-chain processes, relayers, or indexers. This ensures complete trustlessness. Omnity provides a fast, cost-effective, and user-friendly experience, making it the perfect cross-chain infrastructure for Bitcoin assets. Omnity stands out for its remarkable speed and cost efficiency, establishing itself as one of the most ideal cross-chain infrastructures in the modular blockchain world.
we have a great lineup. We have some prizes for you guys here. We go on the side that we're going to drop great as our main event. But without further ado, I'd love to kick things off with the founder of Muzegan, Mr. Jonathan. Always working, always on.
Yeah, so GM, everyone. I'm not ready for this session, but I hope I am. So first of all, thank you for joining. I believe most of the participants still outside, but let's have them maybe later on, or let's invite them now to come here because we'll be starting this event. But I think we are very doing good here, especially the Web3 space, the Web3 community, crypto space are so helpful in terms of creating and organizing this event. And first of all, I'd personally like to say thank you to our partners of this event. And I'm sure everyone are excited, especially Mo, Daniel, Jeff is also here, and all the participants. I'm very excited for this debate as well. We've done it in the Philippines last couple of months ago. We wanted to do it here, and we're very excited to what's gonna happen after this session, during that part. So again, thank you very much. So I wish you guys enjoy this session, this event, have fun, network after, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks so much.
All right, just staying true to the schedule. We wanted to bring up our first keynote presenter for the day. You go. Oh, yeah. All right, we got a little card subject to change, a little schedule change. Real quick, and like Jonathan said, we are going to try to keep this light, try to keep it fun. We want to keep it engaging. Later in the afternoon, we're going to have some people from the audience that will help us judge the SWOT competition. Again, as people fill in, please don't hesitate to follow us on our socials. We will be live streaming this, and do give us a shout out, drop your questions in. So, without further ado, I believe that makes Panaki our first keynote speaker then today, correct? So we're going to bring up Panaki from Afi Network. He's going to talk to you for a little bit, and I believe after that, we will jump right into the next one. So without further ado, please bring Panaki to the stage. No notice. So Panaki will be talking about Web3 rewards and the incentive landscape.
Hello. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming. My name is Panaki. I'm the founder and CEO at Afi Network, and today I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more about Afi Network and how to incentivize users for on-chain actions. I'm going to go through this quite quickly, and then I'm also going to show you our product and how to use the product. So incentives are around all of us. You guys know about incentives. You use incentives. We have cashback, we have miles, we have points. Very familiar with this in the Web2 landscape. Brands use incentives all the time, right? So cross purchases, sign-ins, referrals, and whatnot, right? So we've seen incentives across Web2, incentives happening in Web3, and we see incentives as a very big part of Web3, right? You see this as an emerging trend across RWAs, across gaming, across DePIN, and whatnot. Blockchains introduce token incentives, right? So because we have the blockchain, we have currencies that live on chain, so stablecoins, altcoins, and NFTs, and it enables for on-chain incentives and token-based incentives. Blockchains also introduce on-chain actions, right? So it's very different from your Web2 environment, where we have on-chain actions such as depositing, we have on-chain actions like minting, on-chain actions like staking. And so businesses want to incentivize users to take these actions the same way businesses would want to incentivize users to purchase various products, right? And so that's why businesses are looking for incentive type solutions. Marketers, on the other hand, have struggles incentivizing on-chain actions. So some of the pain points includes verifying whether these results happened or not, distributing the rewards, and automating processes. So some of the challenges lie in automation. Building up these tools, tracking, verifying that these events did indeed happen, and then actually automating it, streamlining it in a secure way where users that interact with your product receive the incentives right away and not have to wait for an intermediary or somebody to verify it and distribute it. So Affy Network solves this, right? Affy Network is a real-time incentive distribution tool for Web3 businesses. We've built we have a basic free version that's available for businesses that can come and create campaigns, manage KOLs right from the get-go. So I'll show you how to use this shortly. We help businesses engage and retain their users so you can incentivize all types of on-chain actions. You can deploy campaigns as smart contracts, and you're able to also track and monitor your payouts in real time. So these are some of the screenshots from our product. I'll actually show you this shortly. But we allow businesses to come on, customize their own campaigns. And what they do is actually come on and create their own smart contract. So we built a smart contract platform that allows businesses to come and deploy their own campaign within a few minutes. And then businesses are also able to plug these campaigns into their own apps. So this is a widget. We have a widget capability that enables businesses to kind of plug this into their app or their Telegram mini app. It can be plugged in anywhere. And you could customize the widget to incentivize whatever action you want. And then you're able to then track these conversions and payouts in real time. So in terms of transactions that could be incentivized, right? We cover all on-chain transactions from minting, swapping, bridging, depositing, staking, lending, etc. Affy Network's solution, we automate the entire process. We have like a smart contract platform, we have a DApp, we have a bot that basically streamlines this entire process. We can work across gaming, DePIN, and such. We just went to a market last week, so we just went mainnet last week. We deployed on 7 blockchains. So we're expecting some momentum over the next 3 months. We have a lot of projects in our pipeline right now. We're looking to onboard. It's self-serve, so you can actually just go on and create your campaign within 5 minutes yourself today for free. We're going to be promoting it quite a bit. So our vision is to become the #1 incentive solution globally. We're looking at partnering with 10,000 plus businesses to automate incentives for them. And Affy is our token, so Affy gives our community ownership. Affy also enables premium access, so businesses that want to use our product and want to access AI-driven features and revenue share and have voting rights, we need to have the Affy token. And Affy token right now, I mean, we have holders such as Cointelegraph, we're part of the accelerator. We have 25 angels that are part of us. The chief product officer of Crypto.com is on board and as an advisor, and partnerships lead at ICT is also on board and also an investor. So we're on Uniswap right now. We're not trying to shill or anything like that, but as a business, if you're going to use our product, you will need these tokens to access the product. So these are some ways that you can get involved today. I'm going to show you a quick demo, but you can create a campaign for free. You can grab Affy and Uniswap. And we also have a pitch for incentives event at 1 p.m. So let your friends and people know that at 1 p.m. over here, we're going to have a small event where we're going to reward users with premium access, free premium access for 1 year of our product. We're going to give incentive credits that can be used across the year. 3 prizes, right? So, if you have any projects that you're representing, definitely come up. It's only a 1-minute pitch, no prep required. We're going to have 1 or 2 follow-up questions. I'm going to be the judge, and we're going to decide whether or not you get it. It's going to be very quick. And then we're also going to have a little dance event happening at that time. So right now, I'm going to quickly show you our product and how it works. So this is our DApp. It's app.affy.network. And Very simple. Businesses can come on and, I mean, as a user, you can basically do a few things. You can create a campaign or you can join a campaign. So, let me just go there. Okay, very simple. You can do one of those two things, right? And let's just say from the perspective of joining a campaign, if I visited the DApp right now, I see this, AFI LP incentives campaign. It's going to incentivize me to do something. I can learn a bit more about the campaign. I created this campaign. I can actually join it, but you can see here that I didn't create this campaign here. I can actually participate in this campaign, and if I join this campaign, I'll be able to earn incentives. Very simple. So, you're using a DeFi product and you want to incentivize users to use a DeFi product, just come here, create the incentive campaign. As soon as they click participate, they'll be able to just go back and use the product and earn the incentive. Very simple. All you need to do is click participate. You're signing in, you're registering, and then RoboAFI, our bot, does the rest. What does RoboAFI do? We track the contract address that you're engaging in to see whether you joined the campaign or not. If we verify that you joined the campaign, you met the threshold requirement that was customized by the project, then you get the incentive. It's that simple. The incentive balance is available. This is on-chain, and everything is automated in real time. Now, as a business, if I were to create a campaign, what I'm going to do right now is create a campaign for Athena. So Athena, as you guys know, is a big DeFi protocol. And right now, Athena has, so I'm going to select DeFi. I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose Athena's app, right? So I have it in my notes here, so it's a little faster. And the campaign is very simple. It's stake Athena, right? So Athena is the world's leading DeFi protocol. Stake Athena, 1,000 USDE, and get 100 AFI instantly. Earn 10% from referral bonuses. Very simple campaign. Now I'm going to upload the logo for Athena. So I'm creating my campaign. I'm building my campaign. I'm going to skip the socials and the website and the details for now. And what you're doing is really customizing your contract. So you can say, look, Athena's on Ethereum. I'm going to choose a dummy contract address for now. And we're going to incentivize volume. So you can also choose the custom token, but I'm just going to go with USD for now. And I'm going to say, look, if you stake 1,000 USDT, so simple, you just deposit 1,000 USD. Now I can choose if it's exclusive. I can whitelist people to join as well, but I'll leave it public because I want many people to join. And then I can say, okay, if someone does that, then I'm going to reward them 100 AFI. Very simple. I'm going to create a reward pool of 5,000 AFI. That's my total reward pool. And then I'm also going to say, look, 10% referral fee on top. If anyone can invite someone, you're going to get a referral fee. It's that simple. And then that's it. I look at this, I review the contract, everything makes sense, and then I deploy it. And just like that, within a few minutes, I was able to deploy my own smart contract, right? So anybody here is also able to deploy their own campaign smart contract using our smart contract factory. What we built is like a template that allows you to customize your own incentive campaign and deploy it. You then fund it. This whole thing takes about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm not going to go through the entire process. But once the campaign is created and funded, it's going to be available here. So anyone's able to just come and join this campaign very seamlessly. And if they want, they can also come and refer a friend and get a referral link, just like that, right? So if you're working with KOLs and you have, you want to manage affiliate links, you want to manage tracking referral links, and there's no way to automate that, you can use AFI to do that for free today. Simply just come on, create a campaign, and then just tell them to come to your campaign, share it with your community, and they can just come and get their referral link. Now the cool part for businesses is once the campaign is actually created and deployed, you can actually embed this to your own website or app or Telegram any app. You can embed it anywhere you want. So we have a widget. Now I'm going to open up. What we have here is Athena. And so let's say I created the Athena campaign. What I'm able to do is actually select the Athena campaign. So you see that it's actually responsive to the widget. And once I select the Athena campaign, I can also customize my widget to start looking a bit more like Athena, right? And so I'm going to choose a blue here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get rid of my orange values here. I'm also going to make it blue. I'm going to get rid of this orange, and I'm also going to make it blue. And it's super simple, right? Because just like that, I now have this sort of Athena branded widget. And I can also choose the campaign that I want, to represent. I can then embed this very simply by just saving it and then copying and pasting it. It's an HTML code, like iframe. So you can paste it into your bot. You can paste it anywhere you want, and then just like that, you have a campaign widget. You can also take out the powered by. It's completely white labeled. So you can be like powered by Athena. You're going to change this and say disclaimer. You can also say contact us for more info on Discord, right? So it's completely customizable. And once these campaigns are deployed, you're also able to like edit it. So I did deploy these campaigns. You can see here that I can edit these details once I created it. I can actually top up my campaign and also change my campaign on a smart contract level, right? So we built a proxy contract that allows businesses to actually customize their campaigns on the fly. Super cool. And we're a SaaS-based model. Right now, we actually have so it's currently free. So it's $250 to $500 a month. It's currently free for 1 month if anybody wants to come on and try our premium versions. The yearly, we're 2,400 to 4,008. We haven't opened the pricing and the payments for this yet. This is something that will roll out soon. Right now, we're pushing for users to come on and try it for free. We do have Affy Family. So Affy Family basically enables premium features. So we're rolling out a whole bunch of AI-driven in Q1. So those who are holding Affy tokens will have access to that. So we do expect a lot of businesses to come on. In fact, we have 3 businesses that have already come on to our annual business plan. And they basically they picked it up pre-sale when we were actually selling it. And I can share with you that all 3 have also picked up the Affy tokens to be part of the Affy family. So it's 100% rate right now. So we do expect that when we get to 100 customers or 1,000 customers, we do expect some movement there as well. So yeah, that's basically Affy in a nutshell. And we're going to be here later. So I'd love to see you guys later if you guys are interested to use our platform. We do have a pitch for incentives at 1 p.m. where you can come and pitch your project just for 1 minute. And we like you. We think it makes sense. And we think that you have a great incentive plan, and we'll essentially give you a premium access for free. And we'll also, first prize will give you $4,000 in that. We'll give you $1,000 per quarter, spread across the 4 quarters, right? So we're basically backing you for marketing. So thank you so much for your time. My name is Pinaki. I'm the CEO at Affy Network. You can connect with me. You can follow us on X. We also have a booth in the back over there, so you can definitely come and ask our teammates if you have any questions. So thanks once again, Pinaki from Affy Network.
All right, thank you, Pinaki. Do make sure to check out the booth in the back and stay tuned for the 1 o'clock 1 minute pitch. Also want to bring your attention that we have loads of food in the back. So grab a snack, settle in. We're just about to bring up our panelists for our first panel of the day. And I think, again, we're like overflowing with food boxes back there. So grab some pizza, grab some water. Yeah, make yourself comfortable. We're also streaming live on social media. So again, while you guys are connecting with Affy's network, do check out the Facebook page. Do check out that we're live on YouTube as well. So give us a shout out, hashtag, drop your name, tell us that you're here, and don't be shy. Again, we're hoping that we have a fiery debate tonight, and we just wanted to make sure that the people here stay tuned, check out the incentives that are coming up, and I think we're going to keep the show on the road. But again, food in the back, restroom right outside. While we are waiting, can I introduce the first set of panelists? So, are we good to go with the panelists? Yeah? All right. Well, I think we're going to go anyway. So, today we have the pleasure of Mr. Mo Aman, CEO of Founders Hub Network, to become our moderator for today. Mo's in the front row here looking fresh. We're going to hear again from Pinaki, CEO of Affy Network. Nelson from ICP Hub Philippines. There's a lot going on. We have Jason Fernandez from Adluminum and Jason Brigg, CEO and founder of LFG. So, by show of hands, yeah. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Mo, our moderator. We are going to be talking about ethical entrepreneurship, how founders can create a more transparent and impactful business. So, CEO and founder of Founders Hub, Mr. Mo Laman.
Hello, thank you very much. Fans can join in, guys. Pinaki,
Manaki,
please.
Nelson,
You have a mic? Yes, go.
What's up, everyone?
how's it going? All right. Nelson, do you need a mic? That's fine. Yeah, let's go in the front, guys. This is proof of work right here, okay? Proof of work.
Work, we all get blinded by the projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make a little space in the middle.
Give me 1 second.
We're builders here.
Look into the
okay?
light.
We're builders.
So how are you guys doing today? We're having fun? Are you prepared for an absolutely freaking ridiculous week?
It's gonna be a big week.
How many of you guys have like 18 things every single day for the next 7 to 10 days? that you have to do?
Yeah.
How many of you told your family you're just not coming home for a week?
How many slept here last night? No, there's a few people that did though. We got a nice little corner view. Yeah.
At 1 a.m. over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
absolutely.
Did you change the light?
Yeah, no. What a great space though, by the way. Again, like, while we're waiting.
That's not even fair. You don't get to sit up here looking at the shit with your shades on.
You gotta visit the.
I had a feeling this would happen, so I was like, let me do this. Okay.
No, I love it.
All right.
You're rocking, man. You do you.
Yeah. Again, we're live on social media.
Right? So I don't know how we're gonna be able to.
I think we're just talking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just do it, guys.
Jason, what's coming later? We can just get started. Yeah.
Okay, like we're 10 minutes behind schedule already.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Just
The
on
lights
the
is
time.
the lights and endurance muscles. Let's just go.
We're anxious at the time.
I'm gonna borrow his chair.
Okay. Go.
Nice one. Let's go.
All right. So before we kick things off, we can get everyone to introduce themselves quite quickly. Briefly, Jason, since you have the mic first, you go first.
Sure. Jason Brink, founder and CEO of LFG. You guys probably know me as the former president of blockchain of Gala, doing a bunch of stuff in the Web3 space for frickin' ever. So, thanks for being here today.
Perfect. And we just heard from Pinaki, but one more time, please, sir.
Hey everyone, my name is Pinaki. I'll be talking a lot today. Thanks.
Yes,
Nelson.
I'm Nelson. Yeah, I'm Filipino. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. No bad words, please. So, similar to ICP of Thailand, of course, all of you know Yana and the 100 in the Philippines. And this is their banner, and you can check out their socials as well. Thank you.
Perfect. And we're missing one more person. Is that correct?
Another Jason, but big enough for two. So
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's the second Jason's up in America. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I know it's a Saturday morning. Some of you are hungover. Some are missing, but that's okay. It's Bangkok. It does that to people. Friday nights can be quite tempting. But we are here for a very interesting panel. I don't know, should I use the mic? Do you need the mic? Yes, we need the mic.
Yeah.
So I have to talk really carefully. Or can I speak up quite really like mics? So the topic for today really is about Web3 entrepreneurship and being ethical, right? It's an interesting topic because the space itself is almost ever evolving. The regulations are very much a gray area, even for most entrepreneurs, for most regulators. And then it comes down to opportunity cost, which is really when we look at it and zoom out and talk to someone. Like yesterday, I was talking to a group of individuals in mall, and they could only really say two things, right? We tokens are a scam, and Web3 seems to be all imaginary money, which really it is, right? YouTube was started as UGC, which is user-generated content. We're in an industry where it's UGM,
user-generated money, right? Anybody with the right talent can monetize potentially their skills, and we're able to now capture that value as the market expands. However, with that comes the actual challenge and also the opportunity cost, whereby there's a lot of entrepreneurs, founders entering the space with very unethical practices. We hear about that quite often. That's what potentially most of the world gets to know, because media feeds on distributing fear, more feeds on showing the positive side of it, right? So maybe I'll start with Jason over here to get a 2-minute view from you on how do you see this line with ethical and non-ethical entrepreneurship currently, and how do you see it evolving?
There's two things. The first is that I would draw a clear distinction between regulatorily compliant and ethical, because there's a lot of things that are, you have to do because of regulations, but may or may not be ethical, or vice versa. And so that's just a definition piece, I guess. But the other thing is that for me, I've been in this space for a long time. I was one of the first people back in sort of the earlier days to not have a cat picture as a profile. This was before PFPs. This before there was a thing called PFPs, and there was just cartoon cats that everyone had, and I was faced. It looked way different than this. It had hair on top and no hair here. It was awful. But for me, transparency and being able to stick to your word and stick to what is actually best for the community, regardless of what that means necessarily for is always something that's been super, super, super critical for me. And I think that it's going to continue to evolve, but as people working in the space, we have to recognize that the most important thing that we have is the community and the trust that that community places in the projects themselves. Without that, you have nothing.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think for me as an entrepreneur, that I like to think about it, with regards to short term and long term, right? So I see a lot of bad actors. They're very short sighted, right? They're just looking to kind of make a quick win, and so there are a lot of opportunities, right, like that, right? I can share with you guys as an entrepreneur. You see them, and then you choose not to do it, right? So it's stuff like, when a new chain launches, we know that there's going to be a lot of liquidity moving to DEXs, a lot of anonymous DEXs going live, right? So huge opportunity for cash grabs there. But the thing is, those guys never end up actually making it in the long term, right? So we're actually trying to create value over the long term, 5 or 10 years, like an entrepreneur. You actually care about, getting awards and actually achieving, value creation on a larger scale. Then you have to go the clean route, right? There's no other way. So then you have to really go back and think about the pain points. It's just like Web2, it's just like business, right? You go and think about what problems you can solve, how can you address those pain points, and then you're just using the blockchain as a medium to scale that solution, not the other way around, right? Using it as an opportunity to make a quick win. So that's how I like to think about it. And I think over time, it gets easier, I think, because you kind of snowball on all the values that you created, the partners that you built, and then now it's almost like it's the right call. You made the right call because now we have all these things, partners, and this and that. And I think if you're just trying to make a quick, you're probably gonna end up in jail. We've seen that happen already, where a lot of people are actually going to jail. And it's really wild, really. I think as an entrepreneur, am I going to go to jail? And because a lot of people that actually, you thought at one point were doing the right thing. Even SPF, right? At one point, everybody was backing him, right? It made sense, right? You look at CZ, he's gone to jail, right? And now Mr. Beast, right? He's getting some allegations here and there. So it's everybody that you thought was a good person, maybe also committed some form of crime, right? And then now you see the market makers, even people that we're partners with. It's wild, right? Because really think about that, the FBI is looking for that. They're looking into us, right? And so I think as a founder, we have to try to be as transparent about everything and just try to do the right thing at all times.
Yeah, for me, I think it depends on what you're doing in the space. If you go back a few decades, basically maybe Google or Amazon has been doing the same thing with their Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, going to places and telling projects to build. They've been doing hackathons and everything. But on emerging technology, there also comes the risk of people just building for a cash grab. It's definitely going to happen. The meme coin, though, has evolved in such a way that if you're going to invest in it, you know that there's a big chance of you losing it. It's like a casino for that part. And at the same time, it can 10x or 100x. So you know the risk. It has evolved in such a way that the reason why I guess it's still pumping, and I guess the human nature is still there in terms of gambling or something. I think the riskier part is the money involved in it. There's a big investors, or there's a big treasury of angel investors, VCs, just waiting for the next big project, either Bitcoin or something. And a lot of project owners are blinded with that. And I think in terms of ethics, at the end of the day, you have to know the founders, yeah, like sir, and check their credibility. And from there, it really depends on that builder.
Yeah, thanks, Nelson. This is a very good point, actually. And that's actually my next question when it comes to this, what you mentioned about VCs and investors, right? Most of the time, even the bad players start off as good players because they're starting off a solution to an actual problem, find a product market fit. And they're faced with the challenge of liquidity or financing because they can now not scale their idea or project beyond a certain point. They'd have to hire talent, get the right licensing, permissions, backing, partners. This all requires liquidity. This is where angels come in, VCs come in, syndicates come in. And most of the time, believe it or not, these senior influencers that actually sway that founder or that builder from an ethical part and a path to a non-ethical one, right? So getting to fundraising and getting to accepting payments or funding from external sources, right? How do you see that as a leader or a founder in the space, and how would you almost like advise to early stage founders to navigate that complex route?
My personal recommendation on this is that there's going to be a lot of people that offer you money to try to start things out. If you have a good idea, there's always money that can be acquired, but it always comes with some sort of string attached to it, some sort of deliverable, some sort of thing that you need to do. And Web3 is kind of an interesting place because when you're working within the context of a Web3 project, and the community is taking such an active role in that project, and then you also begin to kind of deal with VCs and things like that, you come into a position where you are almost the servant of two masters, and it can cause conflict. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the thing that you have to remember is that you have to do things the right way, even if it pisses people off, even if it's not necessarily what somebody wants, even if you have somebody that's whispering over your shoulder like, hey, you know what, you should go ahead and take that deal. You know, they're not going to know it's Russian money. It's fine. Even if you have that situation, you have to remember that if you're cutting corners and you're doing things in a way that you shouldn't, the likelihood of you getting away with that forever is basically nil. And you just have to do shit the right way. And when you come to a situation where you have two choices of doing something the wrong way or not doing something, you have to not do the thing. Find another way. Apply our brains, get more innovative. Check your assumptions. Just take 2 steps back, find a new path. There's always a new path. You don't have to go down the dark road.
Yeah. And I think that's interesting because with most founders, they don't really have this guidance right at the beginning, right? You paid your, I would say, dues and bills in the space to almost get to that mindset or that space to say, I know what's wrong, I know what's right, because you've been robbed, cheated, scammed, you've been misled, right? It's unbelievable. I almost have this joke, right? You can't really claim that you're in Web3, you have to be robbed. Like, you have to be rugged to take that high block in space. That's the price we pay.
My father had a joke about aviation, but it applies to Web3 as well. How do you make a small fortune in Web3? Sharp the market.
Pinaki, what's your take on this? Like, when it comes to entrepreneurs, first-time founders navigating this complex, it's almost a landmine, right?
Yeah, yeah, I echo, what Jason said, right? It's very important to be careful about who you take money from, and also, the string attached, to make sure that it's very clear what that string attached is. If possible, right? Make sure that, the ideal scenario is that they're backing you because they trust you and they like what you're doing, and the money is clean, and they're giving you autonomy to go and just do your thing, and you're a good person and you're gonna do the right thing, right? That's the ideal scenario. Now, I guess there's a few pieces that have to come into play there, but I think sometimes like founders are also accidentally kind of put into scenarios where they're making the wrong calls without actually knowing. So VCs is one part of it, but like for example, this whole thing with the market makers, right? Like maybe bots and the generation of, that's a huge concern, right? So people in the traditional finance space, they're like, what? That's a thing, that's normal. But most people entering Web3, like it's offered, to you as a service, almost as if it was a normal thing, right? You don't know that it's an illegal service. No one told you it's an illegal service. There's so many things that you actually have to learn already as a new Web3 founder, right? So aside from building your business, you solve a problem, you have to actually figure out like the token side, the market making side, like the liquidity, how to make this whole thing dance and how to bring it together. And there's like a lot of things going on. And so you're moving very fast as well. You're making a lot of quick decisions, sometimes 3 to 5 to 10 a day. So you trust your partners, but sometimes you partner too soon. And your partners, offer you something that might not be favorable. So you might be a good founder that ends up in a situation that's, you end up in jail.
Right.
And so I think it's important to, I guess, be more careful with who you partner with, and you do have to be on your toes. There's a huge opportunity in this space, right? But it's not going to come very easy as well. You do have to put in the hard work and make sure you have the right advisors to help you, I guess, prevent, learn from their mistakes essentially.
Yeah, so I think for me, the blur in terms of what is right and wrong comes in when there's money. We come here to be successful, and the question is, how much is enough? If sir, you got $1 billion investment, and that's his target, is that the reason that you can say that this made it within this space? And then you can say that he heard it because of all the work that is done and everything. So he thinks that he deserves it, but supposedly it's for the project. That's where the blur that comes in, I guess. I haven't been there, to be honest. But I think they created this project, they deserve this, and they just rug pulled. I've heard of some builders who recently got $20 million. They're not sure if they're able to finish the project, the roadmap that they're going to build. And what happens is they just keep on paying themselves. So I think that's the blur that comes in there when the money comes in. Similar to Sam Bankman-Fried, they have a lot of money that came in, and they have this another entity that can earn more money. Supposedly it can earn more money, I guess for their business and everything, but they had this wrong bet. So it's really a thin line. They started really good with good intentions, and then along the way kind of change with wrong decisions. So it's really boils down to the person, to the founder. Is he a serial entrepreneur? Has he failed several projects or businesses before? And if they started with just a good idea and then they just went for it, what are their targets in terms of monetary? Those are the questions that need to be addressed. But the VCs, investors, has been evolving as well. So they haven't just been giving it out like a few years back. So the landscape is evolving, similar to the technology, and we're getting there. So it's quite quick, and everything can happen the next bull run. A different landscape we'll be seeing, a different grants method or process of investing. But we're talking about the $1 trillion market cap. We're talking about billions of ready to be deployed to emerging technology. So at the end of the day, this is where technology goes. So yeah.
Yeah, really good valid points over there, especially when it comes to rug pulls, right? And trusting founders. Last year we were a part of something very similar, where myself and about 1,400 community members trusted an education platform and a trading platform, only for it to rug us for $400 million. Wow. Right? And that was a global chaos. The founders are still at large, living their life, because unfortunately we're still in a space where regulations and laws are quite gray when it comes to how do you make payments, how do you claim those payments, how do you track your investments, right? And it really breaks down to such bad players to then come in and say, if they can pull it off, let's continue doing this to see who the next one will be that'll get caught, right? Which gives room for a lot of bad players to come in and almost undermines the work of really good founders. This is where it creates a big disparity, where they're genuine, authentic builders in the space, good entrepreneurs, good founders, might be too humble, might be a bit introverted, might be not as well connected, and they're losing out, whereby there are others that come into the space, almost form their idea, get into conversations. There are even conversations where we have taken ideas from founders, shared it to their network, and launched a fork of the exact project, right? Which then puts these leaders, these founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs, C-level executives, also into a position. Because it's human nature, right? You're sitting on the table and then you're almost way outside the door, where you can see people having a feast. And you're presented with a very simple option by saying you can walk into the door and have a seat on this table, but you'd have to leave your ethical values outside. Now, the interesting part is we might mostly say, I won't do it, right? But then we come back to this really interesting topic where nobody talks about is everybody has a price tag. Right? So on this one, like, what would your take of almost advice or point of view be to help those that are in doubt right now, whether to be ethical or non-ethical?
Say being ethical really sucks a lot of the time. It's not fun. There have been a lot of situations where I've personally been in where, you mentioned it, where you look at a situation and you're like, man, if I just did this one shitty thing, I could make so much money. And then think of all the great stuff you can do with that. You start playing that justification game, right? Of like, yeah, maybe this one shitty thing, but then everything else after that's gonna be great, I swear. You just can't let yourself do that. You have to be uncompromising. And I mean, this is coming from me. What the fuck do I know? Maybe everyone else has a different compass than I do. But for me, you have to be uncompromising, because if you let yourself slip, if you let yourself go down that path, if you let yourself go the easy money way, okay, you will eventually regret it. You may make a lot of money doing it, I suppose. I've seen people make every scammer I've ever met in my life. There's people with $40 million homes and things like that I'm personally aware of, and I just kind of, oh my God. And here I am, I drive a Chevy, I have a mortgage, it sucks to be like a normal human being, right? Yeah, you have to be uncompromising. You can't let yourself go down the easy path.
Vinayak, what would your take be on this?
Yeah, 100% agree, right? There's going to be a lot of opportunities. yeah, back to the first thing I said, right? Short term, long term, right? So I think if you're a founder in the space, you have to play the long game. There's no other way. There's no shortcut here. You can try to speed it up though through strategic partnerships and just meeting the right people, getting the right advisors. But it's still hard work, right? You still have to have those meetings. It's not as simple as supporting index and just scamming everybody, right? You have to actually go and do the hard work. Not many people want to actually do the work. Many people just want the reward. But yeah, we're doing the work. We're happy to see others that do as well.
And that's
Yeah, I think a big percentage of project founders doesn't know what to do with the money they're given $20 million. Regardless of it's going to be opened, the only thing that they can think of is pay themselves well. So in terms of, I guess what I can suggest is really one, if you're incubating or accelerating projects, to look at really those recently graduated students with honors with good ideas and currently building on Web3 on their own. You can get a small amount and we can really do great things. They're not yet tarnished with such. But for founders, veterans, at least 2 years of failures of projects, and then they stood up again, and then I think that's the only way to do that. Yeah, that's it.
I think in this space, 2 years of failures makes you a ranked amateur still.
Yeah.
Like good 6 to 8 years, exactly.
You
All the
also,
stress and pressure.
also if I could add, this point on the founder salaries and stuff, right? This is actually not a new thing, right? Web2, we've looked at this. YC puts out, documents and there's formulas out there on what stages, what founder salary should be at different stages. By raising more capital, it doesn't mean you raise your salary, you triple it. The goal is not to live a luxurious life from your salary. The end game is still in the equities, it's still in the tokens, it's still in the value creation of the long game. So, you can give yourself a 10 or 20% bump. You should give yourself, your whole team, a 10 or 20% bump, but by no means should you quadruple your pay after raising a 20 million round or a 10 million. It doesn't matter. So,
Yeah, definitely. It's like founders eat last anyway, right? It's you can't be paying yourself with a raise and then saying, well, here you go, I've achieved this.
Yeah, I think based on the formula, right? They're like, okay, look, we're fair, right? Where do you live? Which part of the world? How expensive is it? Do you have children? What are your commitments? The goal is to actually have enough to be able to do basic things, to be able to travel, right? You're not dying, right? But you're not buying like a Rolls either. That's not the point.
Exactly. Really, another question is, on a personal level, how do you evaluate ethical, if you have an ethical parameter, let's say, when you look at person, when you go into partnerships, what would be your red flags from the obvious things that we already know, right? I mean, it's kind of difficult going into partnerships, let's say, even with market makers, right? When you get into the conversation, the first time I spoke to a market maker, I did not know that you could fluctuate the liquidity and daily trading volume. Right? And the workshop that was hosted after that was a very educational one. It wasn't per se by saying it's a malpractice. It was more to say, this is what happens, this is why it's needed, this is how it connects with the community. Which is quite interesting because when I zoom out and I look at it, it's almost like the community sometimes, or almost most of the times, has an influence as well in persuading the founder to choosing the non-ethical path. Because the startup is one, whatever you're building, the product itself is your main focus. You then have your token, which is a whole different company by itself. And then you have the community that influences, and you get now into a trilemma where most of the holders are not even the users of the product. They're speculatively trading, but they're the ones that are influencing the narrative of how good your solution is or isn't, which is not always the reality, which then puts the founder in a position where he or they will have to make certain decisions, choices.
This is something I've run into. especially when it comes to community pressures. Because one thing that you have to remember when you look at this is that people do speculate on tokens. We like to say, hey, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's a utility token. You should buy the service. You should, do that. That's not the way that sometimes. My project doesn't even have a token right now, so I get to say these things. So this is kind of fun. But the community is very, very frequent. They will very frequently apply very intense pressure to projects to try to get them to do things that they really shouldn't do. I mean, the amount of I've even gotten death threats where people have said, "Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to come to your house and kill you unless you burn tokens." I'm like, dude, I don't even have these tokens to burn. They're not mine. Okay, so like kill me if you want, I suppose, but it's not going to help anyone. So that these pressures can be extreme. Now, for me, fortunately, people see me as being quite straight edge about these sorts of things. So while the community pushes me, I've never actually had a call with a market maker. There have been market makers that have gotten in a lot of trouble recently, and I know those people. But they've never once suggested these things to me because they know that I would immediately shoot it down. And so I guess that's the takeaway for me personally is you need to be as far above reproach as possible so that people know not to bring you the shady shit. Because if you don't get the shady things, then you're not going to be tempted by the shady things, and it makes life easier. So just do the right stuff. I mean, I'm publicly on the board with KOL over something like this, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, I did the same. I don't think they all like that so much.
Me too.
How do you see it, Maggie? I mean, given that you have a utility, you have a great product that actually works, that incentivizes, other product solutions, businesses to be able to communicate value across the board, right? Irrespective of the underlying technology, which is even better. So nobody needs to figure out what chain they're using, rather they're getting to learn to engage. How do you see this evolving, or do you even see it as a challenge or not currently?
What is the challenge?
The influence of community when it comes to ethical decision making.
Yeah, so for us, we do have a DAO vision, and so we do want to involve the community as much as possible. There's still a lot of, I guess, we're still figuring out how this DAO comes together and how it works. And should companies have executive decisions? And we've seen companies where times where the DAO taking over, the community taking over, and then the outcome is actually not desirable. Right? Whereas you have a centralized entity, and then there's like a CEO who does everything the wrong way, for example. So I guess for us, we're just trying to find the balance between involving the community to make sure that we're listening to the community and seeing at least where the votes are, and then slowly transitioning into a thing that allows the community to actually make these decisions as well, create these proposals that actually get voted on and executed. I think right now, just with a bit of moderation.
Nice. Nelson?
Yeah, for us, we basically provide at the end of the day smart contract service to project founders or the Philippines. And think of it this way: we have SaaS, of course, software as a service. We're looking to, I think that's a good business goal. Will be the next blockchain service company in a certain country that's going to reach. Government will be leading that, telco companies, legal, real estate, and everything we can provide. With the one you mentioned, is going to be the projects that we giving on building those apps for the individual protocol. So that's something that we can guide, mentor them with. We will be really focusing on serial entrepreneurs or really young on startups. We'll incubate them, provide them that money, and we'll provide that smart contract service within our company.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. So a TLDR, don't really make these decisions. Slow down when it's too good to be true. Zoom out. Talk to others. Sometimes it's good to contradict your own decisions, and don't take too much money too quickly from the table. Gents, it's been a pleasure hosting you. I think we're going to continue these conversations one-on-one much later. Any final key takeaways from each one of you?
Enjoy the week. Don't get yourself in too much trouble. So have fun. Welcome to Bangkok.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for joining the session. We're going to be hosting something at 1 p.m. today. We have some giveaways and stuff, so please join us if you guys want to use our product. We also have a little dance activity. More about that later at 1 p.m. Mo's already dancing. Dance Mo's ready.
I've had too many coffee.
All right.
So watch out for the Web3 debate later. That's going to be exciting. And if you happen to be in the Philippines, say hi, hello to us, Telegram, any socials. We would be glad to meet you.
Yeah, almost feels like Nelson Sabathia there with all those connections with the whole community, right? Like, I think you might just need to have another government here. All right, guys, thank you very much.
Give it up for the guys. Appreciate it.
Do you take a picture?
Yes.
Okay, this camera please. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more please. 1, 2, 3.
One more.
One more photo.
Give it up for the guys one more time. Group of legends up here. That was wonderful. We're going to continue rolling with Jason here. And while we get organized real quick, we just wanted to quickly let you know that we'd like some volunteers. If you're interested in being a judge for our debate this afternoon, please come talk to me or Jonathan. And if anyone is just now coming in, we'd love it if you come and fill in here closer to the front. Grab some pizza, grab some water, settle in. And what I really liked about that last debate was that it catered to all sorts, whether it's Web 2 or Web 3. And that's also one thing that really drew me to Bizegan, the fact that they're a dynamic educational platform. So for a little bit more education, diving into the future now of Web3, connected digital and real world, a personal topic that I like a lot, I want to reintroduce you to Mr. Jason Brink.
Excuse me. Thank you very much. How's everyone doing today? We're all having fun. I know. Yeah, you're having fun, right? Always. Okay. I know you're having fun. We're good. Okay, great. So I'm only gonna be up here for a few minutes. I'm gonna talk a little bit about something that I think is really important. You know, I guess I'll give a little brief introduction of who I am for those of you guys who don't know. So my name is Jason. I've been in the blockchain space for almost as long as there's been a blockchain space. I originally got involved in 2013, just sort of at a theoretical level. 2014, I won an award from the Global Development Network and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for finding ways to fix the leaky foreign aid pipeline and the creation of essentially a stable coin. That never went anywhere because I learned that governments and NGOs don't actually give a shit and don't want to change anything. So they just enjoy making money off the status quo. So I decided to get into playing during gaming and, was one of the executives at Gala for 4 years. Took that from, I think there was like 150 people in the Discord when I joined, and I think at peak it was like had a $24 billion valuation or something crazy like that. And about 6 months ago, I left and went to create a company called LFG. And at LFG, we do advisory work. We have a fully performant node launch platform. We do a lot of other really cool stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about one of our partners in the space. It's actually one of the client companies that we're working with right now. But it it solves some interesting problems when it comes to the real world Web3 interlay. I'm trying to find a place to stand where I'm not getting shot in the face by the projector. Is this okay for everybody? This works? Okay, so the project that I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about is a project called Flippin'. Okay, now Flippin' is kind of an interesting thing because there's very few ways where when we're having conversations with people online, we can be sure of the authenticity or transparency of those conversations. When we go to a website, we look at that website, and we have to take it at face value because, you know, there really isn't a place where you can actually learn about the website itself or interact with other people who are on the site, unless the site gives you that functionality. So when you go to a website, you know, like let's say, who here likes Tesla? Nobody likes Tesla. One dude in the back likes Tesla. Man, really? Come on. You're not pissed that Elon backed Trump that much, are you? Okay, so let's say we go to a website. We go to Tesla.com, right? Now on Tesla.com, as we sit there looking at the website, we could both be looking at the site, we could both be seeing the exact same thing, but we have no way of interacting with one another, okay? No way of knowing that the two of us looking at a website at the same time are even looking at the website. And this is where Flippit comes in. What Flippit enables, and you can see some information in our little booth in the back on it, Flippit enables you to grab the corner of that website and flip it over. And when you flip it over, what you gain access to on the back is a Trollbox style chat. You get access to comment sections, you get access to reviews. These are all things that the site itself has zero ability to influence. Now, when this was originally pitched to me by Mike, we met at the Dark Coffee at M. Courtier. He pitched it, and I'm like, for him, it was a reviews platform. He's like, oh yeah, this is going to be great for reviews. I'm like, I just don't care. It's just so boring to me. Like just another review site. You've got to be kidding me. But then I started thinking about it. There's a lot of things out there that are web pages. There's a lot of things out there that are URLs. Every single Ethereum transaction is a URL. Every single transaction in a block explorer is a URL. Every single post on Twitter, every single Discord page is a URL. And then the gears in my head started turning, and I started looking at this from the perspective of Web3. What happens if suddenly, you know, this whole last panel was about integrity, right? Doing the right thing. What happens if suddenly now there's a way to call out people who are not doing the right thing? Because when you go to a project's page, you go to that project's webpage, you just get to see what the project says. Then you go to their Discord and you realize that there's some horrendously scamming shit going on. And you say, excuse me, there's something wrong here. This contract seems to have failed this audit. What's going on? Why is this not actually locked when it says it's locked? Boom, you're out of Discord, you're gone. You get yeeted. Okay, then you go directly to the Telegram and you're like, hey, I just got kicked out. Boom, out. You don't even get to finish your message, you're gone. Okay, meanwhile, these guys sit there and they continue to scam. They continue to hurt the community. And so this is where Flippit comes in, tying, you know, our Web3 world of information to the real world of everything else that exists out there. And this is, you know, supported by a really cool deep-end infrastructure. And I highly recommend that you guys check it out. You can look at it at flipit.com. But for me, this is one of the most important things that we have as a space, because everyone in this space, and if you've been here for a while, how many of you remember the first time you bought a token? Okay, not Ethereum or Bitcoin, but the first time you bought like some random altcoin. Okay, now when you bought that random altcoin, well, why did you buy it? You bought it because you believed in a narrative, right? You FOMO'd in because you believed in the narrative. I bought some dog shit coins over here. Okay, but I always bought them because I believed in a narrative. And in fact, for me, I used to work in marketing for projects, like back in 2014, right? 2014, I'd get this highly technical white paper, and I'd sit down and I'd help them write this in like a normal human language so that this, totally weird dev who lives in his garage and doesn't know how to, use mouth words, needed some way to communicate. I would help with that. But the problem that I found is so frequently, while they had cool ideas, they had cool tech maybe, oftentimes they had nothing else other than that. The number of projects that were just like literally one dude in his garage, a hurricane goes through and the entire blockchain goes down because he loses power. Like, it doesn't happen as much anymore because everyone's using like bigger L2s and stuff like that, and that tech has evolved. But like the ability to be able to transparently help and guide other people coming into the space is so critical. And it's something that for me, I see as being one of the most important duties that we have as people who exist in this space today and who work in this space. So what I would invite all of you guys to do is to check out Flipit, okay? Go create an account. It's free to create an account. They have some great incentives. There's, we have those too. Oh, okay. So we have one other thing. I have one other thing for you guys too. It's free to create an account, free to use. It's a browser extension. They're working on ways for people to add it to the sites more easily. But it's very, very, very cool. The other thing that we have that is being handed out back there behind you guys is a code to get a free LFG crypto debit card. So you guys can get that code, scratch it off, go to the website, redeem the code, get a free card. Now, as you guys know, I came out of the Gala ecosystem. So every time you load this card, the loading fee is actually Gala that is burnt. So it's pretty cool, and it has, generally speaking, better rates than most of the available products out there. You get one for free. Normally they're like $200, so go ahead and do that. Anyway, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'm going to hand the mic back over here, and yeah, thank you very much.
Nice one. Give it up for Jason. Check out his booth in the back. They have some really, really sweet swag back there. Not to mention the card that he mentioned. And you can actually demo and see just how it works. It's really fascinating little demo back there as well. So we are still looking for 2 more judges. What we're going to do now is give everybody time to get some pizza, network a little bit, take a short break, and then come back with our main event, and that is the Web3 swap. So while you're in the back, check out Happy Network's booth, check out Jonathan, check out our youngest, smallest member of Musagan, Jonathan's beautiful daughter. She's here outside. Don't go too far, because what's coming up next is going to be a very heated debate. Very exciting debate about the future of Web3. We're live, we're still live streaming, so go to Musagan, Facebook, YouTube, check it out, drop a comment, let us know that you're here, give us some feedback, grab some pizza, grab some water, and let's debate just shortly after this break.
Omnity Network is the first protocol to offer Bitcoin runes cross-chain transfers that are 100% on-chain with low fees and fast finality. Omnity has now crossed the Bitcoin assets to Ethereum, Solana, BitLayer, Osmosis, ICP, BEVM, B Squared, XLayer, Merlin Chain, BOB, Rootstock, Bitfinity, and AI Layer. Omnity relies entirely on ICP's chain fusion technology that is fully on-chain, avoiding any off-chain processes, relayers, or indexers. This ensures complete trustlessness. Omnity provides a fast, cost-effective, and user-friendly experience, making it the perfect cross-chain infrastructure for Bitcoin assets. Omnity stands out for its remarkable speed and cost efficiency, establishing itself as one of the most ideal cross-chain infrastructures in the modular blockchain world. Omnity Network is the first protocol to offer Bitcoin runes cross-chain transfers that are 100% on-chain with low fees and fast finality. Omnity has now crossed the Bitcoin assets to Ethereum, Solana, BitLayer, Osmosis, ICP, BEVM, B Squared, XLayer, Merlin Chain, BOB, Rootstock, Bitfinity, and AI Layer. Omnity relies entirely on ICP's chain fusion technology that is fully on-chain, avoiding any off-chain processes, relayers, or indexers. This ensures complete trustlessness. Omnity provides a fast, cost-effective, and user-friendly experience, making it the perfect cross-chain infrastructure for Bitcoin assets. Omnity stands out for its remarkable speed and cost efficiency, establishing itself as one of the most ideal cross-chain infrastructures in the modular blockchain world. Omnity Network is the first protocol to offer Bitcoin runes cross-chain transfers that are 100% on-chain with low fees and fast finality. Omnity has now crossed the Bitcoin assets to Ethereum, Solana, BitLayer, Osmosis, ICP, BEVM, B Squared, XLayer, Merlin Chain, BOB, Rootstock, Bitfinity, and AI Layer. Omnity relies entirely on ICP's chain fusion technology that is fully on-chain, avoiding any off-chain processes, relayers, or indexers. This ensures complete trustlessness. Omnity provides a fast, cost-effective, and user-friendly experience, making it the perfect cross-chain infrastructure for Bitcoin assets. Omnity stands out for its remarkable speed and cost efficiency, establishing itself as one of the most ideal cross-chain infrastructures in the modular blockchain world.
now, if you're part of the Web3 swap, would you please come to the stage? We are going to organize the teams, and then we are going to explain the rules. We'll get started in just about 2 or 3 minutes, but for now, let's bring the debaters up here.
What's wrong? You okay?
With the security, you know, one on the left, one on the right. You're the one that's deciding. I'll give you mine, please.
Okay, first I'm going to discuss the beneficial sides. What they're going to be more than
Atlas. Atlas. Ilya.
Wait, Julian, Alright, anyone, sorry, any more questions?
All right, friends. If you are just entering the room, we have some pizza, water, snacks, booths, but we would love it if you could come to the front. We are going to get started with our final event of the day, and that is our Web3 debate.
This one is going to be very heated, everyone, so make sure to grab fruit. Are there any popcorns over there? Because we're going to stir the pot today. So if you're here to see a fight we will give you. Not physical, that's for outside. Save it for outside.
That's right. That's right. The U.S. elections may be over, but the debate rages on. Let's try to keep the gloves on, everybody. Let's keep this fair. Basically, today we are running a very unique event here. Our first Web3 swap. Now, we have on this side Team A, and this side Team B. Each team will delegate a captain or a leader. That person will be the spokesperson for the team. When they're basically the talker who summarizes the point. There will be a timer, so gentlemen, do pay attention to the timer. You will get buzzed, and at any points you make after the timer goes buzz does not count. I'd like to thank our three esteemed judges who lastminute.com chose to sit in the front, and they will be helping us keep it fair, keep it balanced, and we will turn it over to them after the post swap. So what we're going to do is kick it off with a debate about privacy first. Team A will be arguing the pros of our topic. Team B then will rebuttal. Shortly after everyone makes their points, we allow the judges to soak it in. We will then do another flip with a different topic. We're here to kind of keep things moving, and if you have any questions or you're stumped for a point, just let us know. How are we feeling? You need to, does anybody need to stretch? We're good? Yeah? All right. How you guys doing? All right? Good. All right. No fighting. So, we already did a coin toss. Team A has won. Team A, as we discussed the decentralized nature of Web3 and our overarching topic, is it harmful or is it helpful? We really want your thoughts on data ownership and privacy. So, Team A, what do you think about data ownership and privacy?
So before that, are we gonna rotate in terms of sharing our views or?
Yeah, go for it. Sure. Stop.
So I think as a start, welcome everyone, and I think everyone here are a supporter of decentralization because we are building on Web3, right? So that's
yeah. Real quick, let's pause the timer real quick. Let's get it.
So for us, we think that privacy is important to be get back to the users itself rather than passing back to like companies like Facebook, Meta, for example, TikTok, and so. So that's very important for us because we have the consent, we have the rights to actually decide how we actually use data itself. So privacy is very important, and that's me.
Okay, so bottom line is this: what was taken from us without our permission, our data, can be now regained. It is our hopes, because we are optimistic and we believe in a bright future, that if you give people permission to take your data, you should know about it. Instead of, why am I seeing this ad? I was just thinking about that. What's going on here? It's about trust, and we trust ourselves to control our data. I do. What do you think?
I don't, but I'll go for
Conflict already.
Bit of a team. I'll try to dumb it down very simple, right? Every engagement that a person has, externally or internally, wherever with a device connected, right? You are being sold. You are the commodity. What Web3 really does is it helps you monetize yourself and your information as opposed to someone else undervaluing you, right? I think that's about it.
Okay, good.
So learn to monetize yourself. Believe in yourself.
Very
Gain
strong
the power.
points.
Data is power. Data is money. Time is money. It's all ours to give
Or
or not.
losing a bit.
Speaking of time, we're down to 10 seconds, and thank you very much, Team A. Give it up for Team A. Give it up for privacy. All right, we are right on time now, so let's reset the timer in order to be fair to Team B here. Team B, tell us the arguments and the harms.
Yeah, so while we think decentralization makes sense, privacy makes sense. Point that we heard earlier is that we trust ourselves, but the reality is that while you can trust yourself, the government can't trust you. And so what happens sometimes when you have a totally decentralized tool that's out in the wild, the challenges are governance, right? How do you stop bad actors from interacting with the protocol? How do you stop crime? How do you stop money that's being sent through decentralized protocols to fund child prostitution?
God, that was dark.
Started off really dark.
So my fundamental angle here is not that I don't support privacy, but privacy is an illusion. You're putting anything on a decentralized blockchain that absolutely everybody on the rest of the planet gets to look at, and then you're connecting your wallet to random websites because they give you free NFTs and random bullshit. You don't have any privacy. It's totally an illusion. Now, I wish it wasn't, but it doesn't exist. Sorry.
Nothing against NFTs though.
Web3 is not real. Show me Web3 and I'll tell you if it's real or not. All the projects that you've been using is basically Web 2.5. A certain few tokens or JPEG picture are only stored on the blockchain, except for ICP. I have to 100% on chain. But show me the real Web3 right now is Web 2.5. How can even the government regulate it? They don't know what they're looking at. Is it Web3, Web 2.5, or what? That's it.
Wow, 26 seconds to spare and a show.
Can I confirm, is this supposed to be 1 minute each, or is this supposed to be?
Oh, Robert, just roll with it.
Okay, okay.
You're just rolling with it.
Wasn't super clear. Okay, continue. Okay, no, okay.
Mic drop, mic drop, mic drop. Okay, what we're gonna do when this is up, if you guys don't want to utilize those 3 seconds, we're going to give it back to Team A for an alternate rebuttal based on the points that they just made.
Oh, we count that.
Yeah, yes. Can you count it? That is the question.
I can count it.
You gotta pay attention.
Okay, anytime. You said everything is an illusion. Of course, everything is an illusion. Everything, right? Isn't money, as we know, an illusion, right? So we're talking about trust. That's what matters. That we trust ourselves. We should. What did you say, my friend? You were talking about what?
Web 2.5.
Right?
Can you be a change? Could we have a problem with regulating or not regulating? Web 2 or Web 3, it's still a naming. It's still a label. Okay. My game will be truly Web 3. That means you can actually have a persistent way of checking information. The problem on chain investing, but yes, the problem is trust, and you can only get trust by consensus, by a mechanism that is verified by everybody, not a centralized way of deciding, because that's easy to topple and break down. So I would say Web 3 has to be the way forward. I'm just surprised it's not already a reality. It depends on the big guys saying, yes, now we can make money out of it.
That's our first ding of the day. Nice one. Well done. Okay, back to you guys for final words. 1 minute.
Did you count the bodies?
Yeah, so,
Count it.
yeah, actually, I wanted to mention that there was no counter on the governance point that we brought up earlier. How do we govern, decentralization? How do we ensure that, that the bad actors are, accountable and it can be, taken to court if need be. So that's for me.
When I look at this and we dig into the counters, I still have to go back to the idea that, trust and privacy are illusory. They're not real things. We can't, in a world in which everything is connected and everything, even transparently on chain, is visible to everyone, there's no such thing as privacy. So being able to read a game state from chain is fantastic, but it's not private. It's open, maybe decentralized, but it's not private. So that's what I have to say.
There's a reason why companies need to register to SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, to protect consumers. How can we even protect or make a regulation with Web3 right now? And what will be the governing entity on this? Only the community of bad actors. So you're sure about the community that this is a bit hard. Community, and you'll be, of course, mentioning decentralized autonomous organizations as your platform when everybody decides. What if one actor, let's say your captain, has 51% of the tokens? Basically, you can decide on everything. So is it really fully decentralized? How can we ensure that everything is regulated and the community will be protected?
Yeah, guys, go ahead. I mean, we can hear you whisper, so go ahead.
So for a counter, basically privacy, I think we are at the very common ground that privacy may be illusion, but for us, ownership is definitely important. You see yourself holding keys and you see yourself having your own data, you have the control. That's what matters actually. Yes, some control everyone. So are you able to utilize your own data and to decide which parties to share to, that's your own right. And you can trust whichever party that you trust. That's your own choice.
Okay, here's the thing. The train has already left, right? Privacy is dead in 10 years when we start putting our mobile with Gmail. That's the end of it. So talking about now is a bit late. But can you still get the train? Well, you might get the last carriage. And that's what we're saying. Can we still hop on board saying, no, this is ours and don't move unless we give you permission in whatever capacity or for whatever reasons. Good or bad reasons, that's not the point here. There's no good or evil. It's all of it.
No? What do you think?
On ownership, I think it's so important. Like, think about it this way, right? A few years back, when Trudeau was trying to do things in politics in Canada, they were blocking bank accounts, right? Europe still has that now, where you're blocked with a certain limit of monetary transactions. If you don't have ownership, where do you see a world where if you cannot own your keys, your own banking and your own finance, where it would lead to? So I think ownership on this is really vital. Wherever we go, whether it's decentralized or not, ownership really comes back into the hand of the user.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Power ultimately, unfortunately, extends from the barrel of a gun. Unless we can get to the point where we can tokenize tokarevs and tanks, we're not going to be able to stop governments from getting involved in things. Anyone who has ever, right, tokenized. Sorry, I can't start my tank. Where's the treasure? Someone bring the gold.
Someone's thinking of it.
No, they're going to try, but the problem is that any blockchain, and the lawyers in the room will appreciate this, any blockchain, unfortunately, can be shut down in geographic regions. All you have to do is sue everyone running a node into oblivion, and it goes away, just like Napster did. And that's a reality that we have to deal with. So you can have all of your tokens on something that depends on 20 or 30 nodes out there, and then have someone come in and kick down the door of that data center, turn those nodes on.
Sorry, we have to stop you there. Very good points, I feel like. Very strong start.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's give the judges a little bit of time just to kind of process all that stuff. Tokenized tanks, that's what I heard from that one. But really appreciate it so far. At this stage, back over to Team A, yes?
Yes, so now we are going to do the swap. So if at the first round we had Team A as the beneficial and Team B as the harmful, now we're swapping sides. So Team B will now argue for the beneficial side and Team A for the harmful side. So we're still going to be talking about the same concept, the nature of Web3. Is it harmful? Is it helpful? But now in the context of content moderation and freedom of expression.
And I was just told that we need to be a little bit more spicy, guys. Okay, some stronger rebuttals, and no, gloves don't have to go off, but let's get these rebuttals going. Single one, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, here we go, and let's now. So we're talking about content. Well, yeah, yes. In terms of content moderation, yes, which is essentially freedom of expression.
Okay, so content moderation, that goes away your freedom of expression, right? Now we're talking on Web3. You create something, everybody can copy, just like in real life. I was just saying to my friend over there, the artists are really upset because AI logs their things and mixes it. That's what all artists do. We don't create anything, we just mix. Okay? So the harm of having things publicly displayed is because anyone can copy, right? If you were agreeing with us, now I have to disagree with myself because no, this is private. I don't want anyone to look into my stuff because the moment that I create something, anyone can copy it. No problem, and I cannot do anything about it. Not even the control of the governments can do anything about it. Why? Because I'm not my own country, and I should. You want to be a country?
All right, that's the intro statement of Group A. How about you, Group B? What do you think of that?
Intro statement, not a rebuttal.
Intro statement.
For starters, I would like to remind everyone that we're on the actual centralization side now. So all the stuff that we said before, that needs to not go on Twitter, okay?
We have a short memory in Web3, it's all right.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, when we look at this, ultimately at the end of the day, freedom of expression is your last defense. Your last defense against tyranny. After they take your gun, you should at least be able to yell at them. And this is why working in this Web3 space is so important, because it is the one area in which we can actually speak. We can write things in a way that others can see them. We can lean into cryptography. We can lean into data, and we can broadcast things all over the planet. You can't stop the signal. There you go.
Thank you, Team B.
Nice, I like this. Something that comes to mind. Not my circus, not my monkeys, but I do know the clowns, right? Giving people freedom of expression is important. Giving the wrong people freedom of expression can be disastrous, right?
Are you calling this deplorable? We're not garbage people.
We knew it was going to happen. It's a debate. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. So I personally don't believe that people should have the right to create content and distribute it at will. There should be moderation, there should be an oversight, there should be some form of regulations, or else we're going to end up in a place where we are now, that gives rise to weak men, that gives rise to a weak society, that gives rise to challenges where none of us are going to be in control.
Little love, it's the one that should decide what everybody says. And I think that you should decide what you want to say. What do you think? I think that that's pretty much the best way we should do this. We should decide, not you, love.
Pretty compelling stuff. Pretty compelling stuff.
Trump in the room.
Was that a Trump rebuttal?
It's referred to as a Trump bubble. Many people say they're the best. I don't say they're the best. Other people have said it. I've heard it.
Well, one thing we don't have to worry about is weak aims. It's great. Yeah, I don't know how to follow that. No, okay. What do you got?
He's nice here, please. I can do Bernie Sanders too.
No. Bernie Sanders.
47% to 48% to 12% of the decentralized content is actually centralized. Sorry.
Team B coming in hot. Love
Come on,
it.
now it's your turn.
This is great. Do Joe Biden.
Just room around for a little while.
I can do stand-up comedy, sitting down comedy. I'm rolling myself here. Over to you, man. This one has to go for you guys. Yeah, amazing. Thank you for that. Come on, guys. Cheer. Come on, man.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's put pressures on the judges. Let's put pressures on the judges.
How do you fight that, right? Like, what do you say to that?
I don't know. That's the
What's happening?
debating style, right? You just say like.
That was the strategy. Yes.
Are we giving points for the impressions or for the points? Okay. Nice one. Yeah, so actually we still have more time. I don't think we should give it up. I'm sure there's got to be some other points that you could raise, and you don't have to do it in a character or an accent.
What should you do?
Maybe.
I guess on the topic of freedom of speech, right? You should be able to say what you want. That's kind of why Elon bought Twitter. At least that's what people think. He bought back free speech. So I think with regards to content moderation, people should be able to express themselves how they want. They should be able to say, you guys talked about ownership earlier, but at least you kind of own, what you own. At least you should be able to say what you feel or what you want to say. At the very least.
I think freedom comes with a price, because without the price, which is without the control, people can spread very dangerous thoughts to people. Like, for example, we have Nazis, right, sharing very extreme, very thoughts to people, and then it causes chaos. So we don't want that to happen again. So that's why moderation.
So we just want everyone to only say nice things all the time. Sing along, kumbaya, drum circle. The reality is I don't think that anyone has any problem. Like, impressions aside, I don't think anyone has any problem with saying that Nazis and other pieces of human excrement and things like that should not be posting the type of content that they're posting. The question is, should it be up to a single regulatory body, a group of people to tell them that they cannot do that, or is it up to all of us as members of a larger decentralized collective and global community to police our own content? So if you see somebody doing something that they should not do, well, step away from it if it's just something you don't like, but if it's something where somebody's getting hurt, fucking take action. You know, but it's not up to like, can somebody please call the government? They need some help. Just, like, we don't need that.
Karen.
My name is Karen. I need to speak to the manager, please.
I knew it. I thought it was Karen's voice. No, he did not convince you. That's not the point.
Oh, he switched sides.
No, no.
Yeah,
Wait.
switching.
We got a flip-flopper over here.
Come here, come here. 4 against 2.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna add on to that, and I think with regards to the content moderation, it follows also Web3, it follows also ownership, and at the end of the day, it's the main ethos. You mentioned it earlier, power to the people. Thank you for that. So I'm using it again, power to the people. You also mentioned earlier regarding the community can decide on it. Again, it was mentioned in regards to the control. So yeah, it follows with Web3 in terms of content moderation. Your content, you own it, so you don't want it to be controlled or centralized. We're talking about Web3 here, and we're talking about the evolution. I think it will evolve, not the traditional way of being moderated with everything that we say, but it's going to be fully decentralized. For ICP.
Another little plug, right? Yeah. What's your plug?
You just say ICP, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, we're talking about this beautiful age and everything is centralized and it's totally. I'm optimistic, but here's the thing. In the end, we're going to be all centralized again. It's going to be Microsoft's blockchain, Sony blockchain. So whatever illusion of control we're getting into, it's just a matter of time when we go back to where we were. And then we need to get another number, maybe 4, maybe 5, call it web, call it anything. And then it's all over again. So whatever position we are right now, we'll be saying the opposite right away. And I think in 5 minutes, I'm going to be contradicting myself. 25 years right now.
But we love the passion. It was great. Good. Are we good?
Yep. I mean, my rebuttal to that would be that there is, and there has absolutely been in the blockchain space, a dangerous over-reliance on quite centralized chains. A lot of the L2s that are out there are based on just a handful of servers. And the reason that they are able to get such high transaction speeds is because, you know, if you're only bouncing around across 15 or 20 servers, yeah, it's really easy to push the TDS because it's essentially just a MongoDB running on a bunch of different servers. So yes, you're right, that is going to be a problem, but that's a technical problem. And any argument that says that we're going to hit an upper limit there is very much something that will be over time exceeded by new technology. We'll push through it, and yes, there'll be expansions and contractions of centralization and decentralization, but ultimately, at the end of the day, decentralization has to win because of the number of devices that will exist.
Right on time. So at this point, we're going to do our swap now. Yes, everyone's had a chance to rebuttal. Everyone feels pretty good about what they said, how they said it. We're now, just for the audience and for everyone coming in, we're now going to flip the script a little bit, and they're going to argue the opposite of what they just told.
The opposite of what you said now.
Well, I mean, basically, you wanted to be on their team anyway. You already wanted to be on their team.
This for you. You were asking.
This is basically your audition for Team B, okay?
So you're truly 2.5.
Well done from the judge.
What sides are we on again?
Okay. Right.
What am I in favor of? Somebody tell me my view, please.
Classic debate. All right, so we're talking content moderation, right? You guys are arguing. Yes, that's correct. We were. You are arguing the pros for it. You guys are arguing the cons. At this stage now, you guys will be cons. You guys will be pros. So this is content moderation and freedom of
Backwards.
Oh, well then, yeah.
They're cons. We're pros.
No. You're pros now. You're pros now. Yeah. They started.
We're in favor. Okay, we're in favor.
Right now, you're silencing me, sir. I'm not in favor of that. You guys are not in favor. You guys.
We're pro moderation.
There you go.
So you are the moderator. You get to say whatever you want, sir.
Thank you. Web3 Weekly.
I mean, yeah, sorry. Okay, never mind. I'll do it, and then you take it. I've just been holding the mic for a long time. I feel bad. So the way that I look at this is that honestly, moderation's important because we have to keep the children safe. Because people will be able to post things on the internet that are mean and they might hurt their feelings. And if their feelings get hurt, then that might be really sad. And we don't want that. So content moderation is really, really important. And that's all I have to say. But I'm going to say other things instead. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I have 12 seconds left, sir. Please don't try to moderate my sentences. That's. I'm not very good at playing this role, so take it away.
So true.
What are we saying?
Oh, okay.
So wait, are we against?
You are against.
Against.
Yes.
Of course we're against. I'm trying to talk to this guy, a nice conversation, and we're completely being moderated and controlled. What I'm saying is being skewed and manipulated. Do this, do that, do jump, loops, this, roll on the floor. No, let people talk and be heard. And if you don't want to hear what others are saying, just walk away. And if it offends you, well, you can be offended about it and go to the USA and complain about whatever they want to complain. Because your ideas offend my ideas, well, they're just ideas. Let people do whatever they want. Laissez faire, laissez passer. We 14 said. Let things happen. It will figure it out. We will figure it out. If not, we'll go to battle. And we will sort it out the old school way, which is I will throw axes in front of you. I will say, "Fight behind the church." So we get the guns and kill each other. And then I'll be right because I killed you, even if I was wrong. But this guy being a moderator, just to make sure that the guns are powder so that one of us dies.
That's right. That was a lot of freedom of expression right there. Well done. Individual rebuttals now, right?
All right, yeah, so from our side, I guess, with regards to content moderation, if we didn't have content moderation, I think it goes a lot further than this conversation right here. It's a lot more than about this discussion, but it also has to do with, AI right now, right? So AI is out there, we have AI agents out on the loose, creating content, distributing content, creating cults, creating brands, getting donations. It goes way beyond just you and me having this conversation. So the question is, what should we allow, to be distributed, right? And how do we control that? And should it be controlled? And so on our side, we think that it definitely should be controlled and moderated, because if it wasn't, then we'd have, as Jason said earlier, we have, children seeing the wrong content. We have people that are innocent and naive being tricked into joining the wrong cults, making donations and doing all kinds of stuff.
The right one.
Yeah. Well, cult comes from culture, right? So a lot of good companies.
Good save.
You think about it. Peter Thiel talks about it in 01.
Give it up for cults.
Power to the
All right.
Very well done.
Other side. Rebuttal.
I think from my side, what we see is that moderation comes with a very slow process to us, whereas if this is decentralized, people can see it, and people can actually decide on whether it's true a content that is or So, for example, we have a parent community where it's centralized. You can decide whether it's kids friendly or not. So it's a moderation whereby you pass back the power back to the people who are the users itself. So rather than depending on certain third parties to decide whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah, yeah, man, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. What do you got, Nelson?
We need to moderate you. We cannot trust you. We cannot give out responsibility to the people. It's going to be yes. Everything here is structured ever since the dawn of time. The government, different types of government or whatever, or politics, everything is moderated. But at the end of the day, we cannot trust you. We cannot trust the people. That's why there's moderation in place. So you cannot hurt other people who cannot defend themselves. You say power to the people, it's power only to you. What's your saying? So yeah, we cannot give responsibility in this way, and moderation is very critical and part of yeah, that is the dawn of time.
Nice one. What do you think?
I think they're wrong. Try and moderate my own stuff.
I'm giving you a microphone. That's not much freedom I'm giving you. One last rebuttal. Melissa, we were down to our last final minute, so let's see if there's any other. Against
moderation.
Yes. Against.
Still looking for examples of good outcomes that come from moderation. Whether that be country, whether that be communities, whether that be chains, whether that be cults. You know, it's very difficult. All moderation, just like intention, starts in the right way.
Restrictions on child pornography.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I agree. But Germany's making that legal now, so let's not go too dark into it, but in general sense, right? When you think about it, that's how every power play comes into effect. We all start with good intentions. A small group of people come together and say, right, I think we know it better. We want to moderate it. And over time, what really happens is those people are the ones that get corrupted. Hence, the corruption passes on to everybody else. So even the ones that they moderate are now corrupted.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Step closer, guys. Step closer, guys.
Hey y'all, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Oh God, no.
We're gonna put together a common sense moderation structure to protect our children, to make sure that everything's good, protect our food. I mean, when you look at these things, right, moderation at the end of the day, coming from.
Yes. You're deep in character. Sorry. You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
It's confusing. It's a swapping thing. Ultimately, at the end of the day, when you look at this, you can say there's never been a good outcome from moderation, and I'd argue there's never been a good outcome without it. You have to have moderation. You have to have somebody that binds the ties, that brings the culture together, that brings the society together, that brings the protocol together. At the end of the day, there has to be someone who pushes the button, and there has to be people that guide and control the person who pushes that button.
Okay, I got a good solution here, okay, guys?
I got one too. Step back.
You need.
We can be seen.
We
That's where our
need to moderate ourselves before talking to others. And we can do whatever we want, but moderate yourself. Put yourself in check before checking others. If we do that, we actually do both things. Moderate ourselves, but don't give the moderating power to others, because then you become a follower and you want you to follow. Moderating yourself, you set your own standards.
PowerPoint. I'm supposed to be with character.
So, yeah, so for me, in terms of moderation, like an example where we have seen this work effectively, right? So we talked about how it wasn't an example. There's examples on social media, right? Not just Facebook or any social media, The thing is, moderation typically comes from some form of regulation and rules, right? So they put there's rules and regulations in place based on like laws in certain countries, and then they create these sort of guidelines and say, look, no child pornography, no marijuana, or now, okay, marijuana is fine. And things change, right, over time. But without that, then how do people that are, below 18, know what's right and what's wrong and what's allowed and what's not, right? So in a way, the platform should limit us based on some form of moderation, whether that's decentralized or not. I don't think we're there yet, but we agree that moderation needs to exist.
We only give one point to the other team by saying we appreciate these two moderators. So please, guys, big round of applause to these moderators. But then the other evil ones.
I think both sides give very, very compelling points. And we could go on and talk about these topics the whole day. But yeah, very strong points from both sides. And I feel that we are all in a very resolute place where change comes with challenges, and we discussed at length today these points. So yeah, again, thank you Group A and Group B. We are so sorry for the confusion. But that was the plan. Honestly, that was the plan. We wanted everyone to get it.
Well, that's not up to us. We're just the moderators here. That is something we're going to have to let the judges decide. We believe in a decentralized approach. So, no, thank you, Team A, for the compliments. Thank you, Team A, for the impressions. Judges, do you need a few minutes? Or...
I just got paid.
Okay, all right. And that's how debates work.
I'm waiting for my pay as well. I am very much accepting.
Oh, and on a serious note, though, it's been a pleasure watching this contest back and forth. It's a lot of great points at rapid pace, right? Whether it's 4 or against, I thought it was wonderful. Audience, how do you feel about it? Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. So, do we have a clear-cut winner, judges? You want to shake hands before the I think we're shaking hands too soon before the results. Good, thank you. Yeah, you guys even had props. That was great. You guys brought props. You got props and everything. So the judges are still deciding. Everyone is debating. We should moderate the judges.
I'd like to appoint several additional judges to the panel. I'd like to go ahead and appoint you as a judge to the panel. And this judge still here in the back. Saya, you're now a judge. I'm just stacking the courts.
You are. You're frustrated right now. Stacking the court. Judges are nearly done. They're just going over all the points, all the impressions, all the characters, all the memes that's going on in this. I'm hearing terms like split decision. Maybe it's not. Flip a Bitcoin, someone said. Flip a Bitcoin.
You can go to a Bitcoin address and flip it and look at what's on the back of that. Just saying. Bit.com. Shilling my buddy's project. It is cool.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty cool. Right. So our judges are animated right now. Judges, I know you're having great conversations within, but we're going to give you the mic in a second. I want to come to consensus. Are we? They do. Actually, that's the twist. Judges, this is a pretty tight race, it seems. right, so here we go. Who would like to tell us first? Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Tamar, and I've really enjoyed this conversation. Do we all individually have to give our
If you're okay with that, but
I think it would make more sense to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very centralized.
Decentralize the opinion.
Okay, so my vote goes for Team A. Not because he's my husband.
This election was stolen.
No, to be serious. To be against something that you're actually really passionate about. To come up with really solutions that are really hurtful to hear it, to say out loud, I think you did that a lot better. Sorry, team. So my vote goes to team.
There's some state celebration too, everybody.
Hi guys, I'm Atlas. So thank you for the great response. I think it was very close, but in the last swap, I think we played kind of better. So I'll be giving my vote to Group A. But overall, I think it was a really cool debate, especially for the first two rounds. So that we all. Thank you.
Okay, so I want Team B, and I hoped Atlas would go last, so we could break the tie, and we could actually have some tension here, but not to be, I suppose. I went with Team B. I don't know how serious you guys really want me to do, because I do criticize people for a living, so I'm not going to get too bad on it. I was a little bit upset with the hero over there in terms of like the controlling the population piece of it. I like the points on privacy being an illusion, absolutely. I thought that was compelling. Trust privacy illusion, right? Points about decentralization not really being decentralized again over there. Good point for Team A though. Really good point. Privacy may be an illusion, but ownership is not. You can control your own data. I like that one a lot, actually. Not enough to flip me, but it was good. Team A point, every artist is a cannibal, effectively. I like that too, when the data is out there, that's true. But I also Team B could positive freedom of expression, masculinity against tyranny. I like that point. Very solid. Very solid. And then there's, the Trump imitation, the Trump bottle. It's impossible to rebut the Trump rebuttal. And that was the end of it, really. It was a lot.
So you're an American, right? So we got the white and we got the American.
I am proud to hide the fact that I'm an American.
Give it up.
Give
it up for the judges, everybody. Give it up for the judges. Right. So we hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. We would like everybody up here right now. Before you go, we want to do two things. We want to give you all a minute to just tell us a bit about your project. No more swapping. This is just you guys speaking about yourself. Try to do it in your own voice if you do that. But 1 minute for each person to explain a little bit to our audience about your project, and then we'll wrap it up with a group photo, right? Cool. All right.
Yeah, right.
Johnny.
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm from Portugal, the second best country in the world. I'll be the first. We are a gaming studio that brings 4 games to blockchain. From 0 all the way to 3. If you want more numbers, let's go ahead. Doing things is the most beautiful act that we can role that we can do in our lives. So the act of creating is something that I'm very proud of. To create is to imitate, is to innovate, and mix it all together. So being in Web3 or in the blockchain or in this industry, it's very challenging and interesting because there's no rules, there's no boundaries. It feels like Wild West. But then again, that's when we can come up with new things. And maybe this will become new good practices for the future. As an optimistic person and as a builder, I'm sure we can disagree to agree with each other. But bottom line, if we keep on doing things differently, that's how we evolve as a society. That's the secret of evolution. Adaptability. Thank you for that.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kim from Community Network. So basically, we are interoperability solution. So basically, when you think about Bitcoin assets on ICP, then you should think about us because we are the bridge of Bitcoin native tokens and also runes, ERC20. We actually able to bridge it to different L2s, for example, Elias, VRAM, Crystal, and so on, Berlin as well. And then we also connected to Ethereum, Solana, and more and more chains coming in. So if you guys are Bitcoin builders, ecosystem, who are like DeFi, for example, GameFi, SocialFi, do come to us. We are opening to collaborate with you to help you to have a secure and low fees transaction bridging to different layers. Yep, that's all from me.
Well, nice crowd, first of all. Really good. A bit about me. My name is Mo. I'm the founder for Founders Hub Network. We are a system that works with early stage founders and builds them into better entrepreneurs. A bit of background in the last 4 years of being in the space. I've worked with about 20 projects, built communities from ground zero up to 16,000, raised about $80 million currently, worked with 108 founders, and our vision is really simple. We take promising dreamers, turn them into doers. Thank you.
Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat, Filipino. Filipino, yay! Anyway, good afternoon. My name is Nelson. I'm the co-founder of ICP of Philippines in Uyana, in Thailand, and I'm handling Philippines. So what do? We educate, we incubate, we accelerate. I have a props. And hopefully, let's engage. Go to our socials, and you can message us there if you happen to be in the Philippines. Reach out. We do this IC hangout on a regular basis where we have this community meetup. You can meet with different project builders, government officials, and other leaders in the space. And we've been doing hackathons and code camps looking for the diamond project among the gems. Thank you very much.
Hey, so my name is Pinaki. You guys have heard from me already. I'm from Happy Network. Happy Network is an incentives platform, a multi-chain and permissionless incentives platform. So you guys know which side I'm on. It's permissionless. Yeah, we're going to actually have an activity here in about a few minutes. So please stay on. We're going to do a little dance video thing. And we have a song. We just released a song. So pretty much my story, my pitch is in a song. It's a rap. We're going to turn it on and we're going to record some clips. Then we're going to move towards a pitch contest, right? So just a very quick pitch contest. We're basically subsidizing some of our potential clients and partners. We're going to be giving out some incentive credits, and we're also going to give premium access to our product. So if you guys have any EVM protocols, tokens that you're building, or friends who are building, you can pitch on their behalf. You can call them in. There's some free stuff going around. Thank you.
And I am Jason Brink. I am the founder of LFG Incorporated. Who's back there? We are a full-service Web3 foundry. We help bring companies from the Web2 world into the Web3 world. We typically help with tokenomics, ideation, node workload planning. We have a full-service node launch platform if you wanted to kick something off in that regard. We've been in the space for a long time. Everyone who came with me, I took about 15 people from Gallo with me when I left, each of them with over 10 years of experience.
which is a lot of experience in this space. And so we can help you with pretty much whatever you need. So check it out at lfg.inc and at LFG Incorporated on Twitter. Thank you guys very much and enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, let's get that group picture good, and then be sure to pop over to see.
Before we wrap up, a big thank you to Nick.
Yeah.
And our friend hiding somewhere there. Where's Jonathan? Jonathan, this big man. Let's not forget our big second love and creating together.
Absolutely. Let's get this photo in, and be sure to check out what Panaki's doing right outside.
Yeah. Dance Revolution. 1, 2, 3. Stay permissionless.
Yeah,
thank you.
All the speakers? All the speakers.
That's it.
Look at me, please. Mix the mic, please. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just and it needs to be said. And before I go, I just want to thank everybody who came, and a special thank you to Megan for running this wonderful, unique event. The Chain Fusion, Hacker House, ICP, Off-Chain, all the media partners, all the event partners. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure. Let's have a good week.
Tabingin. Teka lang. Sige. Ito pala dapat nakababa. Ayun, tama?
All right, thank you guys. As we transition to Panaki, we would like you guys all to come have a seat. We have one more event happening. Please sit down.
Hello. Come in, Zeke, immediately in front, please. You can bring your laptop.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So if you're a project, you're a founder, you're a marketer, please stay back because we do have one last activity here for projects. We have some people sign up, so I'm not sure if you guys are in this room right now or coming in, but we're definitely looking at projects and definitely looking at incentivizing projects for the pitch contest.
Yes, it's actually like sometimes not here because of the.
Hi, everybody. Please have a seat. We're about to get started. And if you're here or just coming in, if there's people in the doorway, help them come in and find your seat.
This one? I don't This is yeah, this one. If you want to join, please, you can go to If you join in the company, you can
All right, guys. So some of you guys have heard of our story earlier on, and so I wanted to share with you that we wanted to break the mold and break the industry really, just let people learn more about us. And so what we did was we designed, obviously we made a song, and our song is basically our story. So for those who are here, we're going to have an activity later today, so please stay on for like 10, 15 more minutes. We're going to start our pitching contest, and basically the pitching contest is very straightforward. Those of you who are interested in the pitching contest, definitely, yeah, it's awesome. So just to share with you what the pitching contest is all about, it's very simple, very casual. We're going to hear a few projects pitching, and then we're going to just decide whether or not you receive, our free access and also incentive credits. So right now, we're going to turn on our song, just so you guys can all hear our song. We're going to start off with our song. Yeah, so those who are pitching can just come sit in front, get ready. And for those of you who must know, our company is called Appy Network, right? So for those who haven't seen, our logo is a D, and we have this is my favorite jacket, by the way. It's got a little space here. Appy's going to the moon, guys. Not allowed to be silly here. That's not what that was. But Rise of the Hive is really an anthem for our community, right? And we use Hive a lot to represent our community. So those who are joining our community is essentially joining the Hive, right? So our Discord channel is called the Hive, right? And that's where all of us hang out. And we have pretty much a very interesting bee colony here that we're building. Individuals that are, building very cool projects. And so in a nutshell, we're a loyalty company. We help Web3 businesses and anyone that's building on chain to incentivize on-chain actions. So you can simply just come up and pitch your project. And in a nutshell, Happy Network, we just launched last week. We're a multi-chain platform. And we cover 7 blockchains right now. We're going to cover more blockchains in the near future. And so right now we're just incentivizing people here with incentives to run our platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started so that you hear our song. For those who were here earlier, you have heard our pitch. It's meant to be a bit funny. It's a rap song, and it tells our story. So we'll play it one time, and then we'll play it with the lyrics as well.
Okay. First, you're gonna go second. Let's keep on rolling.
Yo, welcome to the Hive where the buzz is alive. I think that there's a place to watch the loyalty thrive. Multi-chain flow, breaking the mold. Like a big revolution, watch the future unfold. Centralized dreams, little corporate schemes, custom based incentives, reign supreme, custom custom bits. We got you covered, get our purchases lit. Game to discover, join the colony, let's rise and shine. With the sunny buzz, we're redefining time. Heavy bass dropping, feel that vibe. In the Hive, we're all gonna thrive. Let's go. Let's roll. To the top we flow. Let's go. Let's roll. To the top we flow. Simple, cool, quick, routine, custom loyalty, the dreams, computers and webs, breaking it down. Stronger together, wearing the crown. Sit back, yeah, you know it's a treat. Survival for shit, and accept defeat. Like the process, digital drive. I'll survive the future, survival the Hive. So the colony, let's rise and shine. With the sun buzz, we're redefining time. And you taste drop and feel that vibe. In the Hive,
All right, guys. So that's our song, and we're gonna share this with you guys. It's online. We actually deployed the song as an NFT. Just in light of being in the Web3 space, we put it on chain. That's how we released it. So we do have songs on OpenSea. It's just one supply. We're not actually selling it. But if you guys were listening to the song, it's actually our story, right? So we said multi-chain flow. We break in the mold. We're a multi-chain product. Zero code quick launch. That's our product, right? When we said 50% revenue share, that's because we actually do provide revenue share, right? So half our revenue is distributed back to token holders. That's one of where we give ownership to our users. We have other utilities that I mentioned, like governance, voting, and stuff. So if you actually just look at the lyrics of our song, it's actually our story. And right now we do have a contest that's going on Joker Race. So if anybody here is like a music video creator, we do have a music video contest that's going on Joker Race. Just come check it out on our Twitter, come check it out on our channels, reach out to us on Discord, we're very active. And yeah, we look forward to seeing all the videos that come out. So we have 2 more weeks for this music video contest. We just wanted to put it out. You can use AI, there's no hard rules, you can be yourself, in your taxi, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so Rise the Hive, we're testing it out. We're trying to see whether it's gonna pick up well by the community. If it does, we'll probably roll out some more songs. We're very creative and open when it comes to putting out content. So now we're going to move on to the next part of our session, which is the incentives battle royale. Now the incentives battle royale is very simple. Projects can pitch for incentives. Very, very, very simple. We're an incentives platform, so we basically allow people to create campaigns that are promoting on-chain transactions, right? So whether you have a DEX, whether you have a launchpad, whether you have a game, whether you have a deep pit protocol you're building in the RWA space, you have on-chain actions, right? So these are typically transactions. You want to incentivize those So that's where App Network comes in. You can utilize our tools to do that. And our model is a SaaS-based solution, so we do have a premium access. And right now we're giving away annual access to our tools. So those who come up and we like your project, you'll have access to our tools, which encompasses a widget. So for those who were here earlier in the morning, you saw we did a quick demo as well. If you missed it, no problem. You can check out the videos that is being recorded on Facebook. And in a nutshell, what you'll get, first prize essentially. I don't know how many contestants there are today, so maybe we're all winners. Let's see. And so essentially what happens is, the first prize we have is premium access to annual. So you'll basically have access to all our tools. You'll be able to create campaigns, deploy campaigns. You'll be able to customize on-chain actions, customize triggers, use your own event, your own token as an incentive token. You'll be able to have a widget. You can embed that widget in your Telegramming app. You can embed that widget in your site. We're giving that away for free. And what we're also doing is we're giving away $4,000 in ad credits. And so that's split across the year. It's $1,000 per quarter, and that's coming from us as a way to bootstrap and grow our platform, right? So this is part of our go-to-market. We're partnering with projects, and we also have something else that we're doing. So I'm also going to be on the judging panel of the Bybit VTA Oscars event that's happening on Monday. I'm going to be looking at social projects there as well to see which projects might fit in our category, and we will be looking to subsidize and support more projects that could use this boost while we onboard projects that are a little bit more established and help them really reach new heights. So that's it for me. Right now we're going to begin the Incentives Battle Royale.
All right, everyone, thank you for joining, thank you for staying, and thank you for watching. We do have a couple of contestants that will be up on here and that will be pitching. It'll be a very short and snappy pitch, so we'll get 60 seconds, and then we'll do a 30-second Q&A with them, and they stand a chance at winning our prizes. And so if you're hearing this right now for the first time, you have projects, you still can enter. So just come up over here, sit in front, and just talk to me, and we'll see if we can get you up on stage. But without further ado, we'll bring out our first contestant. His name is Cure, and Cure, you can have the mic, have the stage. We'll start the clock, and let's go.
Hey guys, hey everyone. Firstly, thank you App Network. Let's give a round of applause to App Network so we can be here and tell about ourselves and our project. So, my name is Kurt. I work in CLS Global, and I'm also a TEDx speaker. So, my role is to help people to grow in our team. CLS Global is a market maker, but we also have with marketing and VC. We have a lot of connections with different funds, and the best part, we also do educational programs. So may I ask, I hear any projects? Is there any projects here? If yes, please raise a hand. Any projects? No, okay. Well, he's got one. That's cool. So market making is a thing that if you launch your token, you definitely need it to go to an exchange. And we help projects with successful launches. So anytime you're gonna have a project or find a person who has a project, you can refer it to me, and we're gonna give you a generous commission. We're the best in this market. We have 160 people and more than 350 clients. Thank you for these 60 seconds. It was such a lovely time with you.
Yeah, no follow-up questions there.
No questions.
Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, maybe I think if there are any products within CLS, then maybe they can consider working with us. But right now, I think you guys do have some regulations to deal with.
Oh, I would love to tell you more. No, we're actually talking to SEC, and till the end of the year, everything is gonna be fine, and we're gonna be the best, the only one market maker and the best one as now. That was approved by SEC.
All right.
Are you based in Dubai, or?
Yeah, we're based in Dubai.
You can tell them I'm sure I say hi.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll take a photo. He's a sales coach as well as I am, so we're yeah.
All right, projects. Daniel, did you wanna go up? Yeah. Come on.
We also have. Oh yeah, you know. That's
How do you use it? Of course. Well, my project is all about incentives. Why? As a gaming studio, you can say, my friend, my game is so fun, and I have to show you. Say, oh, so beautiful. Maybe I show this distinguishable person. My game is so fun. Maybe she doesn't think it's fun. Okay. So how do you solve this problem of getting people's attention, which is what I'm doing, but getting people's retention? How do they come back to your game? Well, they can use incentives. That's one way. One way that we do in our game, we give incentives that are measurable in a direct way. Vouchers to get free stuff, food stuff, cosmetics, instantly. But what these guys are producing is pretty cool because it's instant integration, transparency, no under the rug kind of thing. And it's pretty amazing, and I'm dying to use the technology for free. But if not, maybe I have to pay them to use this concept. So without incentives, I can make a game that is awful, fun, no, interesting, so I can go back. But if the game is fun and you put the proper incentives, you're gonna kill it. 1 minute, wait. That's it.
Follow-up questions for you. Yeah. So first question is, how are you using incentives right now? Are you already using incentives, or do you have plans to use incentives?
Sure. Right now, what we're doing is we launched. I'm gonna say Telegram game. The link is out in the back QR code. So you play our game. This game puzzle bubble. The bubble goes. It's around. You burst the bubbles. When you collect 12 bubbles, you get a voucher. We verify the user, mobile, okay, to say you are a human, you are not a bot. You don't have 100 Gmail accounts, okay? You are most likely a person. So the way that we put incentives in our game is first we need to validate somehow that you are a human. And after that, you can play the per country, opening India, Thailand, Philippines, hopefully very soon. Vanessa will help me out with this, I hope. So that we can not only get the incentives to give to the people, but match them with charity from those countries. If I want to have lipstick because I don't use lipstick. So the vouchers that I get for lipsticks, I can give to a charity and they can collect all the vouchers and they get direct money. Do we handle this? No. Can we do it in a way that is transparent? Now, yes. So that's, I was answering more questions, I think.
Yeah, you were answering, and then you were also helping to pitch our solution. So thank you very much.
Yes.
It's like you were sold.
Just give me the money that you promised.
Yeah, so that's good. I think I don't have any follow-up questions right now. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, nice. All right, guys. So as we continue our pitch for incentives, the incentives battle royale, we have some people here that are. Is that me? Yeah, let's see. Yo, what's up, man? All right, let's get some more people here. So who's next? Are you from CLS?
No.
Okay. Because right now, are you a market maker?
Yeah.
No. So actually, look, we're not looking for market maker sales right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can say your name though, just to be fair. 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, guys, you know what market making is? I'm Alex from ACMM. Why it's on chain? Because we work with different projects with different chains. Okay, yo, what's up? Thank you.
Awesome, thank you very much. All right, we have one more gentleman in the back here. What's your name?
Nando.
Nando. Yeah. Nice. You like Nando's?
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Nando. I'm from Bali, Indonesia. I'm a serial entrepreneur that have been building business since 12 years ago. focusing on game industry and tech and entertainment. Right now, I'm representing First Lab. What First Lab exactly is? First Lab, you're building a handheld gaming console and also a laptop. But what our main focus is we are creating a unified Web3 ecosystem. That our main focus is to simplify onboarding and also not just for the onboarding process, but to bring more mass adoption. So yeah, this is something that we are built. We believe that Web3 need not just about many projects, but we need a foundational layer. So we are creating an operating system, a native Web3 operating system right now that have a built-in wallet. So user doesn't need to install any wallet again, and you just sign in as a simple like turning on your computer. That's it. Thank you so much.
I have some questions for you. Please, you can stand. So the users will not have a wallet address. They just log in how? What do they use?
Okay, since we are building an operating system, we also have our built-in wallet there. So we are really believe that to bring mass adoptions, because like Web3, I mean like gamer, if you are talking about gamer or Web3 user, they don't really understand or they don't know. It's just very complicated to set up wallet for early user. So what we built is since you already have your own wallet, your laptop or your handheld gaming or even like your computer installing our operating system, since the first time you are setting up that, you will have your own wallet there. And we are chain agnostic, so you can sign to any network. And then actually I have the laptop, I have the handheld gaming console here. So we've been working on that, doing a lot of research. So if you want to know, just connect with me after this. Thank you so much.
More questions for you. Do you guys use incentives right now for your project? And if yes, then share more about it.
No, actually that I'm a self-funded. Like I said before, actually I already have my business, and I'm a serial entrepreneur too. I have the offline business. I have my studio game. I'm the CEO and founder of one of the biggest studio game in Indonesia. And we have like 4 offices in Indonesia, many provinces, and we really focusing on game industry. And since for the past 3 years, I do a lot of services to have a lot of Web3 gaming project, and I still see there is a barrier about onboarding. So that's why I'm here building a unified Web3 ecosystem to help not just about Web3 gaming, but we also solving the Web3 problem in general too.
So my question actually was regarding incentives, right? It's not funding incentives or grants and stuff, but more around like loyalty type of incentives, right? Like how in gaming we have play to earn, right?
Yeah.
People moved around and stuff like that. So I'm curious to learn more about how do your games and your OS use incentives today, right? Because essentially that's what this is right now. You're basically pitching for marketing incentives, and so we're just trying to determine whether there's a fit or not.
Of course. I forgot to tell you also. Actually, we already have a Quest to Earn platform. Since we are planning to build a unified ecosystem, of course, our main focus is not just about pitching to other investor, but really want to solving about the user problem and also the developer. Because like in our ecosystem, developer doesn't need to install any SDK. They just sign in like as simple like that. And then in our Quest to Earn platform, we have some incentive to the user to use the OS, not just about the use OS, but also every game partner that have a partnership with us, we give them the incentive. So is that answer your question?
Yeah. Tell me more about the incentives. So do you use your own token? Is it like a third-party token? Is it per action? Is it upon completing a bunch of actions?
Of course. In the future, we can do that. But right now, we are still in the early stage, and actually, I have a lot of pitch slide where we have a go-to-market strategy that planning in the next 2 months. We are planning to release the OS public. So if you are developing any devs, any Web3 games, I think that we can talk, because that we need onboarding you guys in our operating system so everyone can natively Web3. So I think that's it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Nando, thank you very much. Head for Nando, please.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Does anybody else, we have a last call open for anybody else that might want to be pitching for incentives. Very simple and straightforward. You just go up and talk, tell me about your project, and we decide whether or not we subsidize your premium access on our Quest platform. And we also do give out free incentives, right? So user acquisition. Is there a Dinesh in the room? Dinesh. Does he, does he give a number or something? Oh, Jin Shesh from Meme Vault. Anybody know Meme Vault? Okay, no, we had some people apply to be a part of this now. Here, no worries. Okay, well, thank you very much. This brings us to the end of the Incentives Battle Royale. Our team is just going to have a discussion for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back up here to share with you, the results and what we've decided. And in the meantime, we're just going to turn on this song in the background because we have this time. And if Jonathan or anybody from Founders Club or anybody wants to come up and say a few words while we're doing this, that's absolutely fine as well. We'll leave the music on in the background. I guess not. You want to say something, man? Does everybody know Min? No. Everybody knows. If you don't know him, you should get his Telegram ID. He's the party guy. You guys want to know where the side events are? Just go ask Min.
Min, you want?
Min, you wanna show some side events after your pizza?
All right, let's give them a hand, everyone. Come on, one more time. Pinaki and Abby Network. All right. All of a sudden became the most. Right. So thank you, everyone. So I guess we're just gonna wait for the result of the project that we heard a while ago. But in the meantime, feel free to grab something at the back. We have more foods there. First and foremost, I want to thank the whole team of Forsaken for organizing it. Can we give them a round of applause for our team of Forsaken and IO? And of course to our partners, Happy Network and LFG, and to our guests who's here right now today, witness what happened at the DBA Alignment. So thank you very much. And we look forward to more of this in the future. So, GM everyone, and hope you guys enjoy all the events happening here at Zilla Space. And by the way, I think there's a lot of things going on around outside. There's a massage. There's an arcade activity outside. More stuff are going on. So yeah, so enjoy, have fun, meet new people as possible, meet new friends, potentially partners and developers, because it's a hackathon day. Wait. So yeah, thank you everyone, and that's it. Have a great day.
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi because they need the not you should be so it means that it's not on this side. Yeah. From maybe second Wi-Fi. Because over here it's clear. Makes sense It's just on the outside, it's not that. Using the same screen. If you're watching from Facebook and then like they connected from this screen to Facebook.
All right. As we continue to wait and see what happens with Panaki's announcement, I wanted to once again take this time and just say thank you to everyone who made this a success. And I'd like to take some time right now to thank our event partners, ICP Synergy Labs. It's been a fantastic partnership with them because they have this amazing space that has been buzzing with all sorts of different builders, founders, VCs, and beautiful location here. And I couldn't be more grateful for Zagan for putting this whole thing together. Also, I want to do a big shout out to Founders Hub Network. Sorry. Founders Hub Network. Both there somewhere. Shout out to both, founder of Founders Hub Network. Also, Off-Chain Global. Little story. I went to my first Off-Chain Global event about 2 years ago, and I was just engaged with so many cool people. That kickstarted a lot of things, and like I said, it's personal to me. It's a pleasure to be here, but it's personal because I met so many great people from the Zagan event, the Off-Chain event, and it really captured the essence of Web3 for me. We also want to thank, I think earlier we saw in the debate, we saw LFG with Jason, who did a fantastic impersonation. And LFG Web3 Weekly at Aluminum is here somewhere in the back, and very excited to be partnering with them to help us with this event. Where's Daniel? Daniel was just up here still on the stage too. That's Frog Dog Games, Bigots, Afi Network, and Hanaki. Quill Audience, Moongate, Paid Network. Who am I missing here? We have Omnity, another one from the debate earlier today. So again, this event wouldn't have been able to happen if it didn't have the essence of Web3 and the partners that are here putting it together. So big shout out to them. Now I'm going to rattle off all the media partners, so bear with me with this one. Okay, Bitcoin Insider, Crypto News, Altcoin Observer. Also a massive, really cool connection there between Aluminum and Altcoin Observer. Forex, Penguin, Crypto Press, Securities IO, Coins Capture. Who else do we have here? App Network, Coin Speaker, the Coin Republic, Market Curios, Bitcoin World, Bitcoin Garden, Amio, Coin Checkup. I wish I could have done this in the Bernie Sanders voice that Jason did earlier, but unfortunately I can't do it as well. The Blockpedia, Cryptopolitan, You Today, Altcoin Box, Bipinas, of course, 9Cat Digital, big shout out to them as well, CryptoZonic, and Meme Wonder. Again, this Web3 is a movement, and it wouldn't happen alone. Appreciate all the support with our partners, both community, both media, events. Massive shout out again to Jonathan, his family, and the entire Mozagan family here. It's been a blast, and I hope to do more. One thing I really want to say about Mozagan is exactly what you saw today. Entertaining education. It's a beautiful fusion. We had a blast, we laughed a lot, but what Mozagan does best, not only do they help people get more exposure online and media, whatnot, but they actually really provide value for any level, whether you're in Web 2 and you're curious about Web 3, whether you're like Daniel and you're on the fence and you're Web 2.5, or whether you're a seasoned vet in Web 3, they have something for everyone. So Mozagan.com, check them out. Go to the Facebook as well. Join their communities. We are live on YouTube, and we are recording as well on Facebook Live, so you can always go back and check it out should you have missed the debate, should you have missed the panel. Massive shout out to the speakers. There's been some wonderful alpha shared, some beautiful insights shared as well. And again, just thank you to everybody behind the scenes, behind the keyboards, behind the phones, and really appreciate the opportunity. I hope to see you all again. Have a great, safe, and happy Dev Week.
Sorry. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining our event. what we're going to do now is just announce our winners. And so we had 3 pitches, and what we decided was that we were going to give out 2 prizes. So there was one pitch that basically disqualified, wasn't what we were looking for, didn't fit the requirements. And so what we've done was, and we also, yeah, we looked at the pitches and we liked them both, right? We liked, so one of the winners would be Frog Dog Games, and the other one would be Verse Labs, right? So we liked both those pitches, and we love to partner with you guys. We love to support you guys. We love to have your campaigns on Happy Network. And so what we're gifting you with is 2 pro accounts, which is valued at $3,000 per year. And then on top of that, we're also gifting you $2,000 in ad credits, which can be used as incentives to promote your projects so that you can build the gaming ecosystem. There's a little bit of a clause there, though, with how it can be used, and this time we'll share with you more about that. So we'll reach out to you guys sometime within the next 1 to 2 weeks about how we can move ahead on this. Congratulations once again. Can we have you both up here? Take a photo. So we're giving out 5K in value to each of the winners. So we're giving out 10K US.
I think you're coming to hold. Don't make me look bad. I'll put myself sideways.
Look at me.
Video, is it a video?
It's a video, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. We'll be in touch. We do also have some perks. We'll reach out to all those who are here with some additional perks and how you can benefit. Of course, there will not be perks like this, where it's a free pass, but we'll be reaching out with some codes as well, where you can access some premium features at a discount. So thank you very much once again for attending our session. Thank you very much for attending the Web3 Swap debate. Thank you very much to all the organizers and for having Happy Network be a part of this event. We really appreciate it. And the moderators and everybody else who was involved, and all the media partners as well. Thank you very much for having Happy Network.
Well, give it up for Naki and Happy Network. That was a really cool, exciting thing. Give it up for everyone who pitched today and everyone who did their 1-minute pitch. That was awesome. That brings us to a close. So thank you guys for sticking with us. It was great that you came out on a Saturday. Wonderful. There's still food. There's still booths. There's still swag. Check out some stuff. Use this time to connect and network. Let's stay connected, and let's continue to help each other out as we grow and build together. Again, you can learn more about everything that Luzegan offers at luzegan.io. Check out the live stream, the recording. Go to their YouTube page, go to their Facebook page. Thank you to everybody. And that's a wrap. So we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you also, sir.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah. You're gonna need that. I need that too.
Yeah.
Asan na ba kanin?